Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe and this is UFC Collect Profit. And today we're going to do a little bit of a different type of video. This channel usually focuses on UFC sealed wax and then also a little bit about single cards. But when it comes to UFC collectibles, there's also other things to focus on and some interesting opportunities that I want to show you a recent purchase that I made to maybe open your mind up a little bit of what is out there for UFC collectibles and what you can add to your own collection. So I want to start out with this specific fighter, Christian Leroy Duncan. So he's 13-2. He last fought November 8th, 2025. And he ended up beating Marco Tulio. So Tulio came in on a 7-fight win streak, and he was undefeated for 10 years, and he was a slight favorite because Christian Leroy Duncan is very highly skilled, has a lot of physical capabilities, great strength, great cardio. Some people have even said he's like kind of John Jones light. I'm not sure if I would go that far yet. He's 2 inches shorter than John Jones and about 20 pounds lighter, but he definitely has some freakish physical ability, which maybe some people see some comparisons there. So why am I focusing on Christian Leroy Duncan? So that last fight he fought Tulio, he won with a spinning back fist, which was very dramatic. And it also got the fight of the night credential. So I want to show you, let me jump to this image here. This is a still of the spinning back punch and then the finishing punch on the ground. Got a lot of buzz on social media. I think I got the impression that Christian Leroy Duncan was expected to do more sooner in his career, but this fight really opened a lot of people's eyes and I think brought him back on the map of a prime contender in the middleweight division. So this fight, like I said, a lot of really big MMA people talked about this fight. I want to read one comment that I found on Reddit, which I found interesting. So this is from the Big Red African on Reddit. Says, you know, Christian Leroy Duncan has really good cardio. He's got power, size, and strength. More importantly to me as well, he's finally started to learn how to lead the dance more. He's actually creating opportunities with pressure and offense rather than just waiting for them to happen mid-fight. If he's able to develop consistent, reliable, fundamental boxing offense, he's going to be very, very difficult to beat. And the sentiment was kind of shared, and people just thought this was the fight that Christian Leroy Duncan arrived. So why am I talking about this fight? So just kind of tapping. This is Christian Leroy Duncan's social media. Not a ton of followers, like 14.7K followers. He's not very active on here as well. I wish he had more of that to get his brand out there, to make more awareness about him in the MMA world. Maybe that'll come. Hopefully his next fight, which hasn't been scheduled yet, will be against a top 15 contender in the middleweight division. I don't know who that can be yet. Too soon to tell. But the reason why I'm focusing on him in this fight specifically, and this is it here, is that, you know, UFC, and you can see this ad here on the side, which is kind of a coincidence, but you can buy fight-worn material from the UFC shortly after these matches. They sell it through a website. If you Google UFC auctions, you'll bring it up. And you can buy certain items from the fight, like actually worn in the fight. So they'll have gloves, they'll have the jerseys that they wore, the hoodies, walking to the ring. I've never seen the trunks for sale yet. I don't know if that's ever happened in the past, but I have seen the gloves. They even sell the fight stools that the fighters sit on between rounds. So it's a cool, different way to really add to the UFC collecting experience that's a little bit more special than cards and sealed boxes, just because these items are one of one from a fight and they're actually worn by the fighter. In other sports, game-worn items and collectibles are huge and tremendous, and they can go for millions of dollars. And I don't think we're quite there yet. I think UFC collecting and this whole market is in its infancy. If you want to equate it to a UFC fight, I think we're in the first minute of the first round. I think a lot has to play out, a lot has to happen positive, but I am bullish on UFC collectibles. So to get into what I purchased, I actually purchased the Christian Leroy Duncan walkout jersey. He only wore one jersey walking out to the fight, and he actually ended up signing it after the fight. So I'm going to post some pictures I took of the unboxing of the jersey and kind of talk about it a little bit. So the first photo I have here is the box it came in. So very classy presentation by UFC Collectibles in this nice, very highly stylistic box. Then the next photo is the drawer that pulls out of the box. And again, great branding on the inside with the red. And then it comes in a dust bag that says UFC Collectibles on it with a nice drawstring. Again, like top-notch quality, top-notch presentation. The next photo is of the front of the jersey outside the box. I tried to pull up photos of him wearing this jersey. I wasn't able to pull up a photo of him walking out to the ring. I didn't feel comfortable hunting down a video and playing a video of the fight. I don't want to get in trouble with that. But you see the crypto logo, you see the UFC logo here, and then even better is the back of the jersey. So it has Duncan, his last name down the middle, and then here is his signature at the bottom of the jersey, which I will zoom in on this photo here. Here's his signature, which I still think is the best signature in all of UFC. He spells out his entire first, middle, and last name, Christian Leroy Duncan. Very cool. And he's very likable, like even in the post-fight interview and even post-fight in the ring, like very respectful of his opponents, very humble. Just a lot to like about this guy. And again, I thought it was a cool collectible, like a key moment if his career trajectory is going to keep going up, which I hope it does. Like this is reflective of the turning point, and this jersey represents that. And the crazy part is, and I think this is an interesting thing to think about, is all in, this cost me $225. So that's about the price of a box of Topps Finest, maybe a little bit more. With tax, maybe. Even with Topps, a box of Knockout with tax shipped is about $210, $225. So I just see no downside with this. Yes, he doesn't have a huge social media following. Yes, I don't think a lot of collectors focus on fight-worn material or event-worn material yet. But at Golden Auctions last weekend, the Khabib McGregor jersey, which I did another video on because I wasn't able to win that jersey, went for over $20,000. So this jersey is 100 times cheaper. And it's just cool. Like part of the collecting part is like you could talk about the money and the investing and the value and where you think it's going to go and all this magical, mystical stuff that we try to pretend like we're so smart about. But I actually watched this fight happen. I watched the knockout happen. It was cool. Like the moment was amazing. And buying this jersey makes me feel connected to that moment. And it's something cool. And when my friends come over, or I talk to my parents, like showing this jersey, and then I could pull up the video of the fight. It's a cool way to connect the two, like the experience of watching it live and then having the memory of something for the rest of my life of this jersey, of like a moment that resonated with me because I like Christian Leroy Duncan going into the fight. I was hopeful he would win, and he ended up doing it. So anyway, that's my story. That's my purchase. And I just wanted to share it with all of you. So if you got a little something out of this video on this Christmas Eve, please like and comment down below. It really helps out the algorithm. Please subscribe for daily UFC content. Tomorrow being Christmas Day, I still will do a video. I'm not sure what it will be on yet, but you will find out soon enough. So again, stay safe, be well. Please take care of yourself, be healthy, and love your family. You never know how many Christmases you have left with them. because there's only so many left, and appreciate every moment. And I'll talk to you again soon.